Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. The negotiating landscape, it appears to have changed again for Anthony Joshua's fight for April, with Eddie Hearn now saying if Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury want 40% against Joshua, they can have it. So he's made these comments in an interview with IFL TV, along with some other statements of note, of real note, saying if Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, if that goes to a purse bid, he will bid for it with DAZN, and he imagines a number of other broadcasters would as well. But he's also taken a bit of a shot at Frank Warren, saying, look, Tyson Fury was never offered a percentage because he never asked for one. He asked for a financial offer. So we'll get to that, a few thoughts. So buckle in. Let's go. So let's start with negotiations. We know Anthony Joshua has been targeting Wilder and Tyson Fury for some time. Deontay Wilder has not even been lukewarm on it because he's focused on trying to get a rematch with Tyson Fury. He said Anthony Joshua needs to give him 50-50 for a deal. Tyson Fury is saying similar things. Now we've had 60-40 for Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder if it goes to a purse bid on February the 5th. So they've got 2.5 weeks effectively to negotiate. And this seemingly has given Eddie Hearn some room to move, and he's putting some things out there that if Tyson Fury, if it does go to a purse bid and he's not happy with that, well, he can just take 40% against Anthony Joshua. And this is the first time that he is saying, one, Tyson Fury, but he also mentioned Deontay Wilder, can have 40% against Anthony Joshua. Not too long ago, just a matter of days, he was saying offers to them all were not far off, not a million miles away from 40% when he was asked that question. Is it 60-40? So he said not a million miles away, but it can be 60-40 now, according to Eddie Hearn. If they want that fight, if Tyson Fury doesn't like 40% against Deontay Wilder, he can take 40% against Anthony Joshua, which he says is going to be much bigger than the Wilder fight. And it would be a fight that he says would be remembered for the ages. So this is a monumental shift in the negotiating sort of tactics, because until now 40% hasn't been spoken from Eddie Hearn, and clearly just a couple of days ago he said it wasn't 40%, but it was not too far away. So they are moving on this, and you'd have to imagine if there is pressure from Anthony Joshua to his promoter to make these fights, could they go any higher? Are we going to see a shift again? Because if they get to 40% now, and Eddie Hearn is saying in the next week or 10 days is when the rubber hits the road, not only for him and Joshua, but also for Fury and Wilder. But he does expect that Wilder and Fury will get to a deal before February the 5th. That is the date that the WBC will hold a purse bid, 60-40 in Deontay Wilder's favour, whatever the purse ends up being. And you'd imagine with this that if it does go to a purse bid, there's going to be a lot of interest from broadcasters for this fight. And that is something that Eddie Hearn touched on. He said that him, DAZN, they would be bidding, they would put up a massive amount of money to get the fight. He said he didn't believe that Wilder was on a contract with Showtime. He didn't believe that Fury was on a contract with BT, and that he thought that he should be able to get the fight if he put up enough money. But he said he wouldn't be the only interested party. He said you've got the likes of Top Rank, you've got BT, you've got Showtime. He said with the state of boxing at the moment and where things are, there would be a lot of interest in that fight, and a huge amount of money would come to the table for broadcasters to get that fight. But he believes that it won't get to that situation. Even though he would like it to, he thinks a deal will be reached. And potentially you could say this could be some of the leverage that Tyson Fury might have to get a bigger split against Deontay Wilder to try get 50-50, which a lot of people, given how the first fight ended, Tyson Fury coming better than advertised and sort of the hype, the hoopla, would believe that 50-50 is a reasonably fair split for this fight. Commercially, they're probably on about a par at the moment, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. But, Eddie Hearn has left that out there, dangled the carrot that, look, if you don't make a deal, we're coming for that fight, we will be bidding, and he believes others will also be bidding as well. But should they not reach a deal in the next couple of weeks, there is the option from what Eddie Hearn is saying for Fury to take the Joshua fight at 60-40. And if they're already offering that, who knows if they could go higher. But the other thing there as well, he took a pot shot at Frank Warren, saying he's clearly out of the loop. I was never asked to give a percentage split. Tyson Fury asked for a financial offer, and that's what he gave. But it's interesting, with all this sort of rubber hitting the road now, we're really getting to the sharp end of things, that there is this movement. Joshua is clearly still pursuing either of the fights that are out there for him. However unlikely many of us believe that they now are, with a Fury and Wilder rematch, most likely. But I guess this WBC purse bid situation, with that coming in 2.5 weeks, February the 5th, that really is going to focus the minds to get a deal done. Otherwise, one, the fight could go somewhere that they don't want it to have. Someone could get promotional control that they don't want to have it, with TV rights and all sorts of stuff. But also, is that going to push Fury into Joshua's bed to get a fight on April the 13th at Wembley? I don't know if it will be enough, but certainly if Fury gets the belt against Wilder, you could see a clash coming with Joshua down the line. But right now, 40% may not be enough. Frank Warren said as much. He wants 50%, no less. And if they really are serious about a Fury fight for April, they will give Tyson Fury 50%. Right now, they're clearly going to 40%. And we'll have to see if they go any higher. Anyway, just, that interview, saw all that, and I thought, wow, I've got to drop some thoughts on this. But drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.